her truck. She fly like fairy, she put dust in.
What's up, gang? What's up, squad? Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share it again. Then email it to your teacher. Then email it. I'm talking about send that bit in the mail. I'm talking about mailbox style. I'm talking about P.O. box. I'm talking about, it don't even matter. I'm talking about UPS, FedEx. It don't matter. Share it. Send it. But welcome back to the channel. I'm itching. But welcome back to the channel. And what we finna react to today is the dumbest robberies caught on camera. Y'all see how I always gotta read it. I should be practicing it before I get on it, but I don't do it. Here we go with these weird headphones again. That joint's loud though, no cap. No bat. No bat. No bat. Alright, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notification bell on, and we finna watch the video. Yo, boy! Yo,
5 minutes later.
From the bandit who steals a manual car he can't drive, to the thief in a tight dress who slips things into her panties, these are the thieves who have an incredible level of stupidity. In the category of stupid robberies, this one is one of the most aberrant and comical. We first see a couple outside entering the store, and then a slightly laggard friend joining them. Obviously, her hair is causing her problems, since she keeps straightening it, while the young man stands in the corner of the store. The two girls browse the shelves, and they have a definite plan, to buy cans of Mountain Dew soda for the price of the drinks in the soda fountain. One circumstance that justifies this great scam is that the machine doesn't serve the drink they wanted. At least that's what they thought. Maybe this theft was a challenge they discovered on social networks and wanted to take up. Maybe it's a simple entertainment for them. Nevertheless, it is a stupid theft, since it is totally useless, as you will see. The two girls grab the cans and head for the soda fountain, out of sight of the cashiers. Then, they discreetly pour the contents of the can into the cup, eliminating the evidence of their crime. To keep up appearances, maybe this theft was a Mountain Dew soda for the price of the Obviously, her hair is causing her problems, since she keeps straightening it, while the young man stands in the corner of the store. The two girls browse the shelves, and they have a definite plan, to buy cans of Mountain Dew soda for the price of the drinks in the soda fountain. One circumstance that justifies this great scam is that the machine doesn't serve the drink they wanted. At least that's what they thought. Maybe this theft was a challenge they discovered on social networks and wanted.
Because I sure was finna say, why won't y'all just go to the machine and fill it up? You stupid.
To take up. Maybe it's a simple entertainment for them. Nevertheless, it is a stupid theft, since it is totally useless, as you will see. The two girls grab the cans and head for the soda fountain, out of sight of the cashiers. Then, they discreetly pour the contents of the can into the cup, eliminating the evidence of their crime. To keep up appearances, one of them will pour a few moments later. The young brunette woman will steal a cookie, with the complicity of their friend who is still standing at the bottom.
I'm going to sleep. This lady done stole a cookie. Not a pack of cookies. Not some crackers. She stole a cookie. And I already know what they talking about. The little, I don't know the name of it, but it's a big old cookie and it's hard too.
Their illicit shopping finished, they nonchalantly leave the store, all happy with their turn. Unfortunately for them, all the sequences of the flight were recorded, and the images are so clear that we can identify their faces perfectly. But what's really ridiculous is that the two young ladies went to all the trouble of getting their favorite drink served by the soda fountain. They could have just checked first, before making their move. Considering the ease with which the two young women carried out this theft, one can fear that they are not used to it. The Indian state of Haryana was the scene of a very surprising crime, during the month of April this year. A gang of thieves deprived a whole district of vaccines. As the country faced an alarming...
Why? What y'all gonna do with vaccine? Ain't it like free now? Can't you like get it for free? So what's the point of stealing?
Shortage of COVID-19 vaccine and the health crisis took its toll. A group of bandits set out to loot an entire shipment of vaccine. After breaking into the Jind hospital, the thieves ransacked everything in their path, breaking into locks and storage units. They were able to steal a total of 1,710 vaccines, without touching the medicines or cash. The reason their plan was so successful is that the hospital administration had not installed any security equipment. Worse, they didn't even have a security guard. But immediately after the theft, the local police
But you gotta think about who would want to steal vaccines though. Like, we don't even, half of us don't even want to take it. So what's the point of stealing it? You must be selling it.
registered a complaint against the perpetrators, who have not yet been identified. Were these thieves enemies of the public good, loners, or part of a network? It is likely that this theft was useless, since most vaccines degrade very quickly if they are not kept at an extremely low temperature. Even for specialists, storing vaccines is no easy task. But how could this gang of brutal thieves, who break everything in their path, have delicately placed these stolen vaccines at precise temperatures? Unfortunately, COVID-19 vaccines, like drugs and some medicines, are widely circulated on the dark web, and these greedy and selfish thieves do not hesitate in front of the lure of this gain. Do you like this video?
I knew they were selling it.
I told y'all.
And no, this is my video. Skip.
In China's Qinhuai district, there is a man, nicknamed Wang, who once had the
Wang.
misfortune to
Ching-chang
incur a
Wang.
large gambling debt. It was
Ching-chang.
imperative that he pay this
Yin-yang.
debt, but he was far from having. In this critical situation, some people sometimes think of dishonest ways to get money. Wang, for example, had a bright idea inspired by Western films. This idea is very simple to carry out. It does not require violence, hostage-taking, or unparalleled computer skills. Wang was sure that by pouring bottles of water into vending machines, he would be able to produce a short circuit that would make all the bills in the machine flow out. The surveillance videos show him pouring several bottles into 3 vending machines without the slightest hindrance, causing material
Before I say anything, I just want to see if it
damage
works.
estimated at over 22,000 euros. It is difficult to determine how much profit this madman could have made from all this damage. However, it is certain that everything became more complicated for him, since the police quickly identified and found him. And the funny thing is that he dared to say that the culprit was his twin brother. We imagine that his debt must have been improved by a nice fine, and that all the problems he had must have put him off the game. In any case, we had a lot of fun with him. Here's
I want to say he probably that was probably his first time doing that. So still he's stupid for doing that because he didn't even have a mask on. No, they got cameras at the ATM. They got cameras all around the bank. You dumb.
hell
Man, you
Dumb.
stupid bitch.
to break into a store in China. For more discretion, they had decided to commit the crime in the middle of the night. Their plan of action was not excessively worked. It was to break the front door of the store with bricks previously brought, and to help themselves at will once inside. We see them arrive. They look suspicious and examine the surroundings.
At least they got
but as soon
hoodies
as they
on.
are sure not to be observed,
Still ain't got
they
it zipped
pass to
up.
the action. The first, closer to the door, throws the brick. Then he wants at once to change position, and does not see that his accomplice had projected the brick in his turn. This one struck him in full head. He falls stiffly at once, and loses consciousness.
You can tell they don't know how to, bro. You can tell they don't know how to rob nothing. How you knock out your own partner while trying to rob something? This dude don't even know how to throw a brick. Do you even know how to throw a football, my boy?
His friend then tries to get him up, but his side
He slumped him. Slumped that boy.
kick is perfectly inert, and he is forced to drag him. If the two individuals have traveled a long distance
Yeah,
without
put
a
it back.
vehicle, they are not at the end of their pain.
Boom.
In any case, it's
Yoink.
a nice ending, and a good
Not that boy. Clean. He must have did that on purpose.
illustration of karma. These images from different surveillance cameras are of poor quality, but we can very well follow the movements of this thief, who likes to complicate his life. He had planned to break into a supermarket, not through the front door, but by climbing onto the roof. But his
He did,
adventure
though.
will not be easy. He is first filmed outside the building, trying to climb a wall from a fairly accessible height. However, he doesn't succeed at
Yoink.
first, and we see him take a fall that must have hurt him a lot, but not enough to
Yoink.
discourage him. A few moments later,
Psych.
he tries again, and this time with more success. The thief then disappears from the camera's field and works on the roof to open an access and enter the establishment.
Dang.
He succeeds,
How he knew
we
that?
don't know how. Terrible upheaval. Indeed, one sees various components of the roof suddenly collapsing. carrying in their fall the theft, which falls for the second time. However, he quickly gets up, all triumphant, because the hardest part is over. The thief only has to fill his cart as he wishes, without forgetting of course to strip the box. He is the master of the place. But getting out of the store was perhaps harder than getting in. In the next few minutes, he will fail at everything he sets out to do. We first see him struggling to break the window, then trying to get out through the open roof, using a ladder that ends up slipping out from under his feet, causing him to fall a third time. Desperate.
Just give up. He finna call the police. I'm stuck inside a store and the door is locked.
The thief, whom we almost feel sorry for, tries to break the surveillance camera that he has finally noticed, but he misses. Finally, by lassitude, he sits down on a barrel and smokes a cigarette while the police arrive on the scene. His adventure, in any case, was rich in twists and turns, and by telling it, he will have something to amuse his cellmates.
Go ahead, get on the floor, hands up.
The shortest robbery attempts are the best. In Thailand, Sufachai Panthong, a 27-year-old man, entered a jewelry store. He had no intention of buying any charm. His not.
First of all, why during the day though? Alright, that man gonna pull a gun out
plan
from
was
up under the
simple: to
table.
run away from the store once he had the jewel in hand.
That,
we
I
see
think,
him
on
enter,
Instagram.
a little uncomfortable, going back and forth, then asking to try on a gold necklace worth 600 euros. The jeweler hands it to him, and Sufachai tries it on, adjusts it, examines it, and rushes towards the closed door. Bam! Closed. It would seem that his physiognomy did not inspire
He thought about that quick.
confidence in the clairvoyant salesman, who had surreptitiously locked the front door. The thief is thus trapped without knowing it, and all he will get is to wear the precious necklace for several seconds. He is ashamed, goes back and gives the necklace back to the seller, who doesn't seem surprised or even angry. A few moments later, the police proceeded to the arrest of the Thai, who deserves the prize for the most ridiculous attempted robbery.
He like, hi mom. Looking at that camera. Hey,
Two thieves decided to steal a car, not a parked car, by forcing the door out of sight, but a moving car, by bullying and threatening the driver. The black vehicle with tinted windows as seen in the circle had decided to steal a car, not a parked car, by forcing the door out of sight, but a moving car, by bullying and threatening the driver. The
bullying and threatening the driver. You must got a gun.
Black vehicle with tinted windows as seen in the surveillance footage blocking the path of an oncoming white car, which had no choice but to brake. Immediately the armed robber jumps out of his vehicle, rushes towards the driver at the stop, and threatens him by summoning him to release his car. This one obeys without opposing resistance, and moves away, the hands raised of the malefactor.
He like, man, just
the thief's method was all too
that mug got 300 miles on it anyway.
What?
Comical for us, and painful for him, will quickly make him disenchanted. The stolen car was manual, and the thief didn't know how to drive it at all. He didn't even know how to start the car, and from time to time, it looked like he wanted to ask his victim for driving lessons. In short, he couldn't handle the situation at all, and he also made a serious mistake, which was to cause his arrest. He stayed still for a long time at the crime scene, in front of a lot of witnesses, instead of running away. What happens next is inevitable. The police intervene with a speed that is to be commended, and the thief and his accomplice are arrested. All's well that ends well. The victim of the theft gets his car back and the thieves are incarcerated. If the thieves had thought for a moment, they would have better targeted the vehicle to be stolen. In a store in...
So he had to brake. He cut the car off. Why he cut the car off? If somebody coming to rob you, why you cut the car off?
Krasnodar, Russia. A young woman dressed in a short, tight dress shamefully made a spectacle of herself to the world. She first went to this establishment with a specific idea in mind: shoplifting. As there was only one customer, quite mobile but not very curious about
and she didn't even think there was no jeans in there. She just wanted to wear
the affairs of
whatever
others.
She got on.
She was not much hindered in her
a shirt and some panties. That's all she wanted to wear. What you gonna steal with that? Tweaks. Not a fun size one too. Not no party size.
maneuver. But her robbery technique is original, to say the least. Thus, in the pictures, we see her, in front of the refrigerator, stealthily seizing half a dozen articles.
She did the little crip walk a little bit. Had to put that mug in there. She did the crip walk a little bit.
that she immediately hides under her panties. She deftly manages to avoid arousing suspicion, but she doesn't get off scot-free. Certainly, she won her bet, and was not chased out of the store. And whatever food was stolen, she must have enjoyed the taste of the forbidden fruit. However, when she entered the store, she didn't have the intelligence to check if there were cameras or not. The consequence of this stupid imprudence is that the images of her pilfering, published by the security, made the turn of the world, and that she became the laughing stock of all the internet users. In addition, the police came after her, and given the clarity of the surveillance camera footage, it's hard to imagine that the thief eluded them for long. Anyway, after the repercussion of this event, she will surely not risk to do it again. We are now at the end of the video.
Oh, shut up.
Anyway, I like how he tried to take over my video. Ain't that right? Ain't it? Yeah, he tried to take over my video, but it's my video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and come back for the next video. Yeah.